on YouTube, y'all. People trust in the process. Take the class. Say, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We are officially live on YouTube. So, hey, if you guys are watching me here on TikTok, you want to go over to Dr. Wes Fisher on YouTube. Because we are live on YouTube, we are live on Instagram, and we are live on Facebook. There we go. What's up, everyone? Good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. We are live here. So listen, let's do it like this. Listen, welcome to my the internet, man. The fact that the internet gives you the ability to broadcast and say what you want to people, it's gonna be fun. So welcome to, I'm gonna call this the state of government contract. You know how you got the state of the union? This is the state of government contracting. So what I'm gonna do today on this 3-hour live, if you want to hang out with me this entire time, or just come in and come back and hang out, is we're gonna go through everything about government contracting when it comes to like what's on the internet. I want to look at other videos. I want to give you guys my reactions, because you know what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people are teaching government contracting, talked about government contracting, but they never really give you their opinion or tell you like, well, what about Dr. Kissy Parks? What about Dr. Kawana? What about Eric Coffey? What about this guy? What about that? Like, Wesley, what do you, I mean, like, are all these people right? Are all these people wrong? Is there controversial? Is there things that we differ? I'm gonna go over, and honestly, I hope to have these folks in a live meeting at sometime soon. I hope to have an actual live event. How can we register to do drug testing and transportation? That's very specific. I don't know. I'm just a middleman. All right, let's get it started. So if you guys are watching me on YouTube, on Facebook, actually just put in the comments real quick. I know you're right, Wesley, we're watching this on YouTube, but I'm streaming on multiple platforms. So put in the comments right now where you guys are watching. I know TikTok you're watching from my phone at the moment, but I'm actually going to switch over. I won't be staying on here forever because I got to play some videos. But put in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it may be, because we getting this bad boy started. TikTok, I know you on TikTok. I'm looking at TikTok. All right, let's get going, y'all. So what I want to do, first things first, is let's set it up. Let's set up what we're talking about first. Like, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about something very simple. We're talking about government contracting. We're talking about SAM.gov. We're talking about how you can make 6 and 7 figures a year from home if you decide to do the middleman strategy. What's up, Stardust? What's up, Miguel? What's up, Beasley? So we're talking about how you can do that from home. So long story short, if you guys don't know, SAM.gov, 100% free website. You can click on search. You can click on contract opportunities. You can click on exact phrase, and you can see at the recording of this video, 49,430 results today from the Air Force Base, from post control systems, custodial services, office, real estate, everything. The government is needing services in tasks, in products every single day. Now, that's just today. Let me show you guys something else here. Let me go search contract opportunities and watch this, active and inactive. Now we have 4.99640 results. Now, obviously, there's a lot of results because some of those are inactive, but I'm here to tell you guys today, there's a way for you to get a portion of that money in government contracting if you know how to do it. Now, a lot of people are teaching it online. A lot of people are teaching it online, and that's okay. Let's see what people are saying about government contracting. Let's just go through whoever. I don't even, you know what? I don't have a particular order, but I'm gonna go with my girl Kissy Parks, Dr. Kissy Parks. And I want to check out some content, y'all. I don't. You guys, some of you guys, what you guys want to check out? I want to check out. Now, I could go in here. I could go popular, right? And I could go, well, maybe we should just, watch my interview video, right? Maybe we should just watch that one. That would be good. But no, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna let's see. I actually don't know which one I want to watch. Let's do 5 fastest government contracts to win in 2024. Let's do that. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this video for me. Put a 1.
Then you submit.
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this.
5 quickest government contracts to win in 2024. Pest control. It's code 561710. And right now, agencies such as the FAA are seeking small businesses like you to provide these services. Typically, a pest control contract is for maybe once a quarter, maybe once a month, maybe only once or twice a year. It all depends on their needs. You simply find a pest control company who can provide the services, they have the licenses, they have the insurance, and you can win. Trash removal.
Pause real quick. First of all, let's validate that she's right. Of course she is. She's an expert. But she's right. We won a contract this year in 2024. Dang, when was it? It was a while back. I want to say February or March. We won a contract for rodent control in New Orleans. I always mess up the way I say it. In New Orleans. And that's the contract we won. It's literally, I found this company, and it's a small contract. I think I'm making like $500 a month on it, but it's a 5-year contract that I make $500 a month on. But I found a company in New Orleans. I forget what lab. It's a lab in New Orleans for the federal government, actual lab, that they had some rat problems. I found a company that does rats or rodents. They went out there. They took a site visit. They say, Wes, it's going to be $800 to set up all the traps. It's going to be so and so much money to monitor the traps every single month. This is what it is. I said, perfect. I went to the government. I said, hey, government, my company in partnership with this company, this is how much we're going to charge per month to do this rodent control. The government said, yes, here's your award letter, here's your purchase order, and we won the contract. Now, I'm not saying it's that easy. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying it's that easy to win, but I'm telling you, I'm validating what she's saying. When it comes to pest control, A1. Dr. West, what is the biggest contracting you had so far, and what was the profit? My biggest contract so far was for renting pickup trucks to the federal government. It's $1 million contract. So it was basically 7 figures, straight 7 figures. Or it might have been like 1.1, 1.2. But long story short, that contract netted me about $11,000 a month. I still have it to this day. All right, let's keep going. Trash removal. All right, here we go.
Sometimes known as debris removal. Code 561111. Sometimes it'll end in a 1-2. One of my coaching clients, Marcus, he scored a debris removal contract with a federal government agency. He ended up subcontracting it out or middlemanning it to a $1 billion waste management company. And they provided the services, he project managed, he invoiced, and he paid them accordingly.
Take a screenshot of
services, he project managed, he invoiced, and he paid them.
Perfect. What she said here is exactly true when it comes to this type of contract. My students have plenty of contracts like this. A lot of ones that are very popular are dumpster rental. So last year we had a student, she won a contract for dumpster rental, like the big, huge dumpster. I think they're 30-yard dumpsters. So I think she, don't quote me on numbers. I don't know the exact numbers, but long story short, she lives in Ohio. She's, she works at a church. Like she was a secretary at a church. Like she doesn't know anything about dumpsters, but she middleman. We talk about what we teach here is the middleman concept. And again, I don't work with Dr. Kissy Parks. I'm a friend of hers. I'm just trying to, by the way, y'all, I'm just showing content. Like this isn't my content. This is Dr. Kissy's content. I'm reacting to content today to have a good time. This is the state of government contracting. And what she said was totally amazing. You find the waste management company, you find the government opportunity, you manage, long story short, I want to make very clear for you guys, but people get it gets a bad rap sometimes, the government contracting, because people think that's got to be illegal because you're not the one dumping the dirt. You're not the one dumping the trash. That's got to be illegal. But you're missing something. We are managing. This is not passive income. This is not residual income. You have to learn how to manage this opportunity to make sure that everything goes right. You have to also invoice. And then, yes, when you get paid, they get paid. Everyone's happy. Let's keep going.
Accordingly. Another fast federal government contract you can win in 2024. Pallets, code 32113. There are agencies such as the Army and others who are looking to purchase pallets. Sometimes they want them assembled. Sometimes they want them not assembled. Either way, you find a supplier, you make sure you have the funding because we don't give back contracts. These are not pets. And then you submit a bid. The Defense Health Agency and NASA, at the time of this recording, were both seeking laundry services. This comes up.
Okay, I can't speak to the pallets. I mean, I know I was in the pallet game. If you guys know my story, I was in the pallet game, but not with the government contracting. Laundry services, huge, big money in laundry services. Big money. I've had a dry cleaning contract. Actually, I'll be honest with you guys, that dry cleaning contract didn't work out. They kept burning holes in the shirt. And I think this is, let me dwell on this for a second, just so you guys understand where I'm coming from when it comes to management. I had a dry cleaning contract, made some good money on it. Unfortunately, I let that contract go. And I'll tell you guys why. They kept burning holes in the shirt. And y'all like, what? You're like, yes. Like, don't get me wrong. They would fix it or they would replace the shirt. But it was like, once a month, I kept getting emails from the government that said, hey, Wesley, this shirt got a hole in it. Wesley, this shirt got a hole in it. Wesley, I'm like, how are they? I don't know the dry cleaning process, but the sub that I had just kept burning holes in the shirt. So I had the contract for a year, was making good money. Unfortunately, I had to let the dry cleaner go. Now, the thing that sucks was this was in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. What's up, Con Connects? Okay, so YouTube is the one. What you mean YouTube is the one? Wow, does fiscal quarter have an impact on the amount of contracts being awarded to people? Have you had any HVAC lawn care contracts and how they go? Yes to all those questions, Trustworthy Landscape. I have multiple HVAC contracts. I have multiple landscaping contracts. And yes, the fourth quarter is the best time to actually bid on contracts. But let me finish my story. When it comes, because a lot of you guys question, put me in the chat. Put me in the chat if your question is, and by the way, y'all, we have there we go. We have a live event coming up. WesleyFisher.com, WesleyFisher.com. Check it out. But long story short is, Wesley, what if the sub sucks? What if the sub doesn't do a good job? Like, I understand this whole middleman thing, but what if they're just like a terrible sub? Like, what are you going to do then? Well, you know what you're going to do? You're going to fire them. And sorry, y'all, this is live. My dog is barking and everything. You're going to fire them. Listen, real quick, y'all. We're going to go to our first commercial break. Give me 5 minutes. Let me close this door, get my dog settled, and I'll be right back. I scared you from dry laundry services. So, as I told you guys, sometimes I got to take a little ad break, and I'm going to do a little ad promoting what we got going on. So, if you don't know, we have our first ever in-person large event. So if you don't know, we're going to be in Miami, Florida. I'm looking at my calendar. September 11th, September 12th. Mark your calendars. Now you can get tickets at wesleyfisher.com. So if you go to wesleyfisher.com, you can see the page. You can see our speakers. You can see some of our amazing coaches. You can see some of our guest speakers. You'll also see more details on the event there. I will tell you to hurry up and go get your ticket because unfortunately, depending when you're watching this video, the ticket price might not still be that price. Because what we're going to do is, because there are only going to be limited spots. There's only 50 spots, right? So there's only 50 spots. So it's $497 to come to the event as it sits as the recording this video. If you go to the website and it's actually $1997, that's because you waited too long to get your ticket. The prices are going to go up as we get closer to the event, only because logistically, that's the way we got to make it happen. So listen, guys, before I get back to the stream, I wanted to, pay some bills, let you guys know, go get your ticket right now. If you've been enjoying the content that you're watching, if you enjoy, what I'm teaching, if you're getting value out of this and you're like, Wesley, this is cool. How can I work with you? How can I get a chance to actually work with you in the coaches and actually do some hands-on activities and doing government contracting? Well, guess what? Come to Miami. September 2024 will be in Miami, September 11th, September 12th. And if just to show you guys some more content, I'm sure I probably shared you guys some more. I don't want to just assume you know who I am. Again, my name is Dr. Wes Fisher. I have a YouTube channel here. The one thing I want to tell you guys is very important to me. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go under playlists, I have 2 playlists in which I interview students that win contracts over and over and over and over again. I actually do this once a month. And I can't even keep up. I even had a student just post the other day, just the other day, I got a post right here. Let me show you my screen. If you guys can see that, it says, "Hey Wes, you were right. We finally have won our first contract. It's only $26,000, but we won and are now in. Thank you." That literally just came the other day. I have tons of posts like that. So we have students that are having a lot of success, and these folks have attended our virtual trainings. They have attended our virtual meetings. So if you want to see their stories, you want to hear about the $50,000 profit, $100,000 profit, definitely go over to my winner circle on YouTube as well. I just want to show this here because it's like, it just kind of shows it off. I got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. If you don't know, again, my students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts. And we only been coaching for like the last 2 years. $60+ million have been awarded to the students that have come through my program. And I can just click this button over and over again. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't even have all the testimonials here. I don't even have them all. I'll probably posted 5%, maybe 10% of all the testimonials we have. So you can go through my Instagram account. You can look through all that as well. If you don't know, I've been featured on a couple of different magazines. I was featured in Business Insider back in May 2024. So if you want to go look it up, just type in Business Insider, type in my name. You can see the article. You can see the deep dive on me. They had to like validate everything I'm saying for Business Insider. So go check that out. We've definitely won some contracts and did some big things since this article, but definitely go check that out as well. I've also been featured on Bold Journey magazine. So you can type in Wes Fisher Bold Journey, another magazine that featured me about my coaching as well. Again, my students are winning. Shout out to Miss Chrissy, or we call her Coach Chrissy now, because if you guys don't know, what I've done is, on some programs, they hire coaches and they get people to do coaching and they do sales training. They hire outside sales coaches and they do this training and they hire coaches. I don't do any of that. We hire within house. My top students are my coaches. So shout out to Coach Chrissy, but she was actually a student in my program. She's made over $100,000 profit. She's shooting for 7 figures profit by end of 2024. So you can check her story out on Bold Journey as well. Probably gonna get some other students here interview. And again, I gotta just say this. Now, again, don't go by this timer because depending when you're watching it, maybe the timers count down further. And again, maybe the prices change because you gotta hurry up and get your ticket soon. So if you want to come see us, me, my team, Coach Tom, Coach Chrissy, Coach Sheena, our guest speakers, if you want to come see us in person, grab your ticket right now. Go to wesleyfisher.com. WESLEYFISHER.com. I got to remember how to spell my name, right? But wesleyfisher.com. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get back to the live stream. Peace. Now y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me before. Now you should be able to hear me. But let's continue. All right, let's continue. So let me go ahead and continue this video. So we're what Dr. Kissy Parks is doing right here. She's talking about some of the top opportunities to go after in 2024. And so far, I've won 2 of those. I've won laundry services, but again, I don't highly recommend it for everybody. I also have won pest control services. Let's see what else she's talking about here.
quite regularly in my free Facebook group where I have amazing GovCon winners like you who reach out because they're seeking or they won a laundry service contract. So just think about it. There's tons of linens and towels and what may have you that these agencies need cleaned. So they're seeking someone like you, small business owner, to find a company who can provide those services. You project manage, you win the work, and there you go. And in case you're wondering, the NAICS code is 812-320 and or 812-331. Janitorial services. Not always the biggest fan, but is definitely the fastest to win. One of my amazing GovCon clients, it was the first federal government contract they won as a prime, and her background isn't even janitorial. Their background is IT. They bid on work in the great state of Texas is to clean a building a couple times a month. She went to the site visit. She did a lot of research, found pricing, bam, she.
All right, janitorial, I would say is a controversial one, only because, sorry, I'm doing something else on my computer here. Only because it's like everyone and their mama want to go after it now. You know, everyone and their mama want to go after janitorial. So many people ask us all the time, what's the easiest one to win? What's the easy one to go after? And we always say, well, I don't always say anything. I try not to say any of those because as soon as I say something, everybody and their mama goes after it. But janitorial is very popular. So I would say there's a lot of competition with janitorial. And I'll be totally honest with you guys. When I see a janitorial one, I'm just going to be totally honest with you guys. And I can kind of hear with Dr. Kissy Park's voice when she's kind of said, yeah, janitorial, I'm out. Because I'll get in janitorial, I'll call a sub, they'll be like, you're the 16th person that called me today. Stop calling my number. Anyone ever got that? Unfortunately, because everybody and mama going for janitorial. So a lot of times, y'all, I'll see janitorial and I'm out. I'm already out. Does the ticket price already include gifts or is it per person? The ticket price is per person. Ticket price is per person. And sorry for I know you guys are chatting with me, just so you guys know, there's like literally like a 2-minute lag. I'm using StreamYard to do this. So if you leave a comment and I don't comment right back to you, it's because there's like literally like a 2-minute lag.
One. And you can too. There are a plethora of janitorial opportunities at the federal level. And in case you're wondering, that code is 561720. Before I share the next one, just hear me out. With these type of opportunities, it's about you finding a company, finding a person to do the work, and you sub it out. If you happen to be an expert in any of these areas I've talked about, that's amazing. But you don't have to be. The next one, sheep shearing. I know.
Sheep shearing? Con Connects, you still here? Weren't you bidding on one like that? And I want to be very clear, Jess, you guys caught what she just said. Sheep shearing. And I'm sure she's going to go on to explain this. But just so you guys understand what I teach, and I know Dr. Kizzy Parks teaches as well, is that we're teaching the middleman concept. The middleman concept. Oh, Con Connects, you still here? Okay, bet. The middleman concept. What she's going to go on to probably say, and she's probably going to say it, is you don't have to know how to shear sheep. You have to know how to do the middleman concept. You have to know how to find a shear sheepin. It's a tongue twister, man. A shear sheepin opportunity. Find a sheep shearing. All right, I'm done.
You may think, Kizzy, sheep shearing, really? Yes, I promise you. This is an active contract at the time of recording. And in case you want the NAICS code, I'm going to give it to you. 115210. It's with the USDA. Here.
And let me pause on her NAICS code for you guys real quick, because some of you guys are probably wondering, wait a second, Wes. When I got registered on SAM.gov, it told me to choose my primary NAICS code. And I chose the NAICS code for courier services because I have a courier business. Where my courier is at, I have a courier business. Or it told me to choose my NAICS code, and I chose I always want to call it embroidery, notary. I chose the NAICS code for notary. How am I going to bid on sheep shearing? I don't have that NAICS code. Well, I'm here to give you guys some great news in the state of the government contracting address. you can have more than one NAICS code. I have 30 plus NAICS codes in my account. My mentor has probably close to 100 NAICS codes in the account. Dr. Kizzy Parks, she probably has tons. If you guys don't know this, I hope this is going to blow your guys' mind. ConConnect says 200 codes and counting. Now, I always say 30 plus. I probably have way more than 30 because I've been saying 30 plus for years. I just always say 30 plus. ConConnect says she has 200 NAICS codes and counting in her account. So I want you guys to put a mind-blown emoji right now in the chat. If you're like, wait, I can be a courier service and still add the NAICS codes for janitorial, landscaping, sheep shearing, and bid on all those opportunities? Yes, you can be a middleman. If you want to find out more about the middleman process, all you got to do is go to wesleyfisher.com. We have a live event coming up in Miami, September 11th, September 12th. But even outside of that, if you're like, well, Wesley, I can't make the live event, drop us an email, drop us a contact. We can definitely let you know about some virtual events that we have going on and some virtual training as well. Tay said, yeah, I'm at like 50. Love it.
Here's the deal. Many people who provide services like pest control, sheep shearing, even janitorial, they don't want to put in time and effort into writing proposals. They don't want to do that. They want to do the work. They want to shear the sheep. They want to clean. They want to do the pest control work. This is where you come in.
This is a great point. I'm gonna stop here and put some more content. Hey, ConConnects, show me the video where our video's at. Where's our video that we did? And I'll find it, but shoot me the link on Facebook if you can. I'm gonna pull it up. But long story short, I want to stop here because I think a lot of people have that question of Wesley. Why would the sheep shearing company work with you? Why don't they bid directly with the government? Well, I'll tell you why, and that's what Dr. Kizzy Parks is saying here. It's like they do sheep shearing in their area. Let's do landscaping, for example. Let's say there's a landscaping company located in North Dakota, and what they do is they cut grass in North Dakota. They're not cutting grass in Miami. They're not cutting grass in California. All they do is cut grass in North Dakota, and then we find out that there's a government building that needs their grass cut. We're bringing them an opportunity. We're saying, hey, we got the invoicing, we got the management. We're gonna take care of all the paperwork. All you got to do is work in your zone of genius. What is your zone of genius? We cut grass. How much you charge to cut grass? We charge da 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 da. It's a partnership in heaven. You cut the grass, we'll manage the contract. Let's go. ConConnects, the one where we filmed in Chicago. The one that we filmed in Chicago. I'm gonna find it. The one that we filmed in Chicago, because I want to continue on the phrase. Oops. Hold on, y'all. I gotta scroll way back to find it. But the one that we filmed in Chicago on TikTok, I'm gonna find it right now. But if you had the link to it, you could just send it to me if you have it. If it's on your YouTube or somewhere else, let me know. This will show you guys this idea of this whole middleman concept, because I think that's the biggest thing I want you guys. Good morning, trucker. What's up? Good morning. I think the biggest thing I want you guys to understand is, oh, here we go. It should be, oh, no, it's not on my first contract I won. Hey, Wes, my first contract I won, they thought I was a scam. Oh, the subs did? They'll think that. You won the contract. Congratulations. And by the way, y'all, Tay Martin attended my online training. You won the contract. That's all that matters. Because people say sometimes, Wesley, well, I called a sub and the sub's a little skeptical. They're a little this, they're a little that. It's like, hey, listen, this is what it is. Yeah, ConConnects, that video is no longer on my TikTok. Let me know where you got at. Do you need multiple LLCs in multiple states to secure contracts in various states? No, you do not. No, you do not. All right, let's play another video, y'all. Let's play another video. And by the way, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing here, like this is the state of government contracting. Like, I want to say my disclaimer, because I know you guys hear me talking about Kizzy Parks, you're gonna hear me talk about Kawana, everyone else. Here's the thing is, nobody's wrong in government contracting. There's just so many ways to do government contracting. This is another friend of mine. And again, I'm not only show friends, I'm gonna show people I don't know, like Eric Coffey. I don't know him personally. But this is a friend of mine who also teaches government contracting. And the beautiful thing I like about government contracting, I'm gonna say this disclaimer because some of y'all are probably thinking, like, Wesley, aren't you scared that people are gonna go work with them and not work with you? It's fine. I don't like, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be successful in government contracting. Go pick someone that has a proven success rate. That means their students are actually winning contracts, and go work with that one person. Stop dating people. That's what a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all just dating. I get on the phone with people all the time. Wes, I watch all your videos on YouTube. I watch all Kizzy Parks videos on YouTube. I'm watching all Dr. Kawana's videos. I watch all Eric Coffey's videos. I watch all your stuff on YouTube, right? I want y'all to see my face. I watch all your stuff on YouTube. All your stuff on YouTube. I'm like, okay, bet. You got a case code? Yep. I got a case code and everything. All right, bet. How many proposals you submit? Nothing. How many contracts you won? Nothing. How long you been watching me on YouTube and TikTok and all that? Man, I've been watching you for like the last year. I'm saying this with love, y'all. What I'm trying to say with love is pick someone and do something. Seriously, pick someone and do something. All right. Now, as you can see, obviously, Dr. Kawana has interviewed me on her channel, so she's a friend of mine. But I'm just gonna let's go to Popular. Let's see what she got. How I landed my first contract, $70,000 in 56 hours. Let's see what she's talking about.
And it's first, let me say, when I went to school for business, I went to school for business and communication and broadcast. So I have a bunch of overrated degrees and stuff like that. But when I went to school, I was taught in business, it takes 2 to 5 or 3 to 5 years to turn a profit, and you have to have startup capital, and you have to go get business loans. You have to do all these.
Someone said it's not dating, it's data gathering. Hey, you right. It's okay to collect the data, but my issue is the time. You collecting data for the last year. Now, I ain't saying you, Law. I'm not saying you. I'm saying some people have been collecting data for the last year. And I understand, y'all, there's so many different ways of doing business. You know, some of you guys are looking at Airbnb. Some of you guys are looking at Turo. Some of you guys are looking at crypto. And then some of you guys are looking at government contracting, and you're just collecting data on everything for the last year. I'm going to need you to make a decision.
So I really believe that. So when I first started my production company, I built it that way. It does not take 2 to 5 years to build a business. You can be highly profitable in your first 30, 60, 90 days if 100%. You're selling to the right person.
100%.
And so I had heard from one of the first Black billionaires that I had met personally that how you build a business is by selling to the government. I said, what do you mean by that? I don't sell weapons. Because that's
right. What do you think? Yeah.
What are you talking about? I had asked.
Let's see here.
So what's the most remarkable government contract story somebody you know, a client, somebody who's a contemporary of yours, somebody else who does what you do? Give me some remarkable, I can't believe, like you, Caruana, I can't believe this person got a government contract doing this for this amount of money.
I'm going to say, okay, so a couple stories. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs showing them how to do this. Like for the first time, they're landing millions of dollars, $250,000, like their life-changing income. And so one young lady a couple years ago, she actually came to me and she was like, I don't even have no money, but I believe that this is going to be for me. So she pulled out of her 401k, right? So she got really resourceful because she saw an opportunity to change her life. And she actually signed up to sell travel services during the pandemic to the government. However, travel was not the airports were like shut down.
They were like ghost towns. Yeah,
it was ghost towns. So it was really hard for her to find an opportunity in travel. However, when you're in a position,
I was gonna say travel services during the pandemic. Yikes. So let's see what happened.
When it comes to the government, like you can sell anything, right? You just got to get creative. And so she saw an opportunity for health breast care exams, right? Yet she's in travel. She's not a doctor. She's not a physician in no
Thanks,
kind of way, but she saw an opportunity, and then she went to partner with someone else
Who was a
doctor. They went on that contract together, and she landed her first $250,000 contract doing that. That was remarkable to me. I'm like, wow.
She's not even
just a simple fact. Just the simple fact that she didn't go through those opportunities and say nothing in travel, I guess it's not for me. She's like, what opportunities are there? Like,
she tapped into her
creativity. And that's the type of mindset you have to have, because a lot of times people.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So the lady was in travel, and I don't know the story, y'all. I don't know the student that Dr. Kwan is talking about, but the person was in travel, and then the person made a pivot and said, well, you know what? It's COVID. Ain't no one traveling right now. What is the government buying? And she said the government's buying this health service. So she said, well, let me go sell that. All right. ConConnect sent me a video. I'm gonna show you guys a quick video. It's funny. This to kind of share with you guys the idea of middleman concept. Let me share this video real quick. Hold on.
Government police. Government police.
Oh, no.
Government police. Open up.
Hold on. I'm like messing it up.
Government police. Open up. Are you guys subcontracting to work? Government police.
Go on without me. Hello, guys. What you just saw was a reenactment of something that's fake. It is not illegal to subcontract. What do you think, Wes?
I agree. It is not illegal to subcontract. That was completely fake. This is legal what we do.
Legal what we do, okay, guys? So now you know. You get it? All right. Have a good night. It's time. Time.
What was we doing? Follow my girl ConConnects, y'all, on TikTok. This is her TikTok on ConConnects. So long story short, sorry I had some issues trying to get that video to play. But long story short, we're trying to, be a joke. It's like people, my mentor used to joke and said, Wesley, when I first won, my mentor, and I'll play you guys his video. When he first got into government contracting, I think he made about $100,000 profit. $100,000 profit in like a month or two. And he said, Wesley, when I first, and this is like 25, 30 years ago, he said, Wesley, when I first got into government contracting, I thought that they were going to kick down my door. He said, there's no way this is legal. He said, the government, the FBI, somebody's going to come kick down my door and take me off to jail because I got some things being built. And this is ConConnect's YouTube channel, y'all. I got some things being built out of state, but I'm not building them. He said, Wesley, it's been 25, 30 years later. They never came to my door. And I'll tell you why they never will come to his door, y'all. Government contracting, as we do it in the middleman strategy, is legal. It's completely legal. We can do the middleman strategy. If you guys want to follow my girl ConConnect, she did a great video, the 4 goats of government contracting. The 4 goats. That is
funny.
We got Coach Jay, LaShawn, Trinell, Taylor, myself. Amazing video you guys can catch. It's an hour long, so I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I'm gonna play some bits of that later. But feel free to follow her on YouTube, good friend of mine, all that good stuff. What up? God did. Let's go, CEO. What's up, man? I'm on YouTube. Hop on YouTube. All right, so let's do this. I want to show you guys another video. So let's go to my channel here. And let's go to a video that recently just came back. Jonathan Howard, if he's watching, this video just recently came back. I'm gonna be honest with you because he don't mind me telling this. Jonathan Howard is a very private person. Actually, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say his most recent win because I'm gonna let him share that. I'm gonna let him publicly share that. I'm not gonna share that publicly. But he's a very private person. And I talked to him recently, and he's like, Wesley, go ahead and repost that video on YouTube. I'm open to sharing my success, my story. This man easily, I will share this, easily is doing $100K a month in government contracting, net profit. And by the way, y'all, this is my mentor, Jonathan Howard. What up? I had a question. Can you please touch on pass-through? Some solicitors mentioned some limits on subcontracting. Does that ever apply to small business like us? That's what I'm touching on right now. I'm telling you right now, and I can actually. Watch this. On subcontracting. Let's watch. Let me show you guys something. So what I'm going to do is go over to acquisition.gov and let me do this. I'm going to do this limitation and then we're going to take an ad break, guys. I got to get some water. We're going to take a quick break. So if you guys want to get your ticket to the Miami event, I got details coming soon. But let me do this real quick. Limitation on subcontracting 52.219-14. This is the boogeyman in the group. This is the boogeyman. Like what the 52.219-14. What about it? Listen, long story short, I have a lot of more videos I can share about this, but I'm gonna make it long story short right now. Long story short is you have to read this in detail. And we've read it in detail, and we come to understand there's a few things. One, we are adding value to these opportunities. When I talked about the holes in the shirt, I'm telling the government that I'm going to coordinate the repair. I'm going to coordinate the replacement. I'm going to be on top of it right away. I'm adding value to these opportunities. So I'm not passing through. If it was a pass through, and by the way, guys, some people don't even know what legally what a pass through even is. I'll be back. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Cognex. Some people don't even know what a pass through really is like me going like, hey, are you a woman? Yeah. Ooh, you got a women-owned set-aside? Yeah. Ooh, I'm going to go bid on this opportunity for women-owned set-aside. And even though I'm not women-owned, I'm going to pass through your certification. I'm just going to put you down, and then I'm going to go do the work. Like, that's pass-through. That's illegal. What we do is not that. We're not even talking about set-aside. So whether you talk to small business or not, what we're talking about is the work. So what we're talking about is we are adding value to the work, for one. And also, number two, I'll go into more details in a second. I just got to take a quick break. But number two, I want you guys to understand, this is very important, is that this limitation on subcontracting, 52.219-14, it doesn't apply to every opportunity. If you guys look right here, the FAR clause is like the Bible of government contracting. The FAR clause, part 1, part 3, part 5, 5.2, like this is the Bible of government contracting. But I'm gonna tell you something that's different from the Bible in government contracting. Every verse does not apply to every opportunity. Every single limitation on subcontracting, sometimes there will be a limitation on subcontracting, and sometimes there won't. Like sometimes the government will say, hey, listen, we're going to build a base in the country of Jordan. The prime has to put boots on the ground, actually have to be here in person, and then you can build this base and we will award you this contract. That is our limitation on subcontracting. You physically have to be here. It would say it word for word. You must put boots on the ground and be in Jordan to build this base. Dr. West Fisher, I'm not bidding on that because I don't want to go to Jordan. I don't want to put boots on the ground. So the government will tell you what they want you to subcontract and what they don't want you to do. Some other opportunities will say, hey, listen, this is for landscaping. Even say this, if you are using a subcontractor, please tell us who your subcontractor is. Please give us your subcontractor agreement, and please just inform us of who your subcontractor is. It will, and by the way, guys, it will literally say this word for word. If I can have time, I got time today, I'll try to find it. It will say this word for word. So some of you guys are going, well, I can't get the middleman concept because it's got to be illegal. It's like, no, the government is going to tell you, don't sub this, you can sub this. Don't sub this, you can sub this. The ones that you can't sub, we don't sub. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick ad break. What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this live stream that I'm doing. So, as I told you guys, sometimes I got to take a little ad break, and I'm going to do a little ad promoting what we got going on. So, if you don't know, we have our first ever in-person large event. So, if you don't know, we're going to be in Miami, Florida. I'm looking at my calendar. September 11th, September 12th. Mark your calendars. Now, you can get tickets at wesleyfisher.com. So if you go to wesleyfisher.com, you can see the page. You can see our speakers. You can see some of our amazing coaches. You can see some of our guest speakers. You'll also see more details on the event there. I will tell you to hurry up and go get your ticket because unfortunately, depending when you're watching this video, the ticket price might not still be that price. Because what we're going to do is, because there are only going to be limited spots, there's only 50 spots, right? So there's only 50 spots, so it's $497 to come to the event as it sits as the recording this video. If you go to the website and it's actually $1997, that's because you waited too long to get your ticket. The prices are going to go up as we get closer to the event, only because logistically, that's the way we got to make it happen. So listen, guys, before I get back to the stream, I wanted to, pay some bills, let you guys know, go get your ticket right now. If you've been enjoying the content that you're watching, if you enjoy, what I'm teaching, if you're getting value out of this and you're like, Wesley, this is cool. How can I work with you? How can I get a chance to actually work with you in the coaches and actually do some hands-on activities and doing government contracting? Well, guess what? Come to Miami. September 2024 will be in Miami, September 11th, September 12th. And if just to show you guys some more content, I'm sure I probably shared you guys some more. I don't want to just assume you know who I am. Again, my name is Dr. Wes Fisher. I have a YouTube channel here. The one thing I want to tell you guys is very important to me. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go on their playlist, I have 2 playlists in which I interview students that win contracts over and over and over and over again. I actually do this once a month. And I can't even keep up. I even had a student just post the other day. Just the other day, I got a post right here. Let me show you my screen. If you guys can see that. It says, hey, Wes, you were right. We finally have won our first contract. It's only $26,000, but we won and are now in. Thank you. That literally just came the other day. I have tons of posts like that. So we have students that are having a lot of success. And these folks have attended our virtual trainings. They have attended our virtual meetings. So if you want to see their stories, if you want to hear about the $50,000 profit, $100,000 profit, definitely go over to my winner circle on YouTube as well. I just want to show this here because it's like, it just kind of shows it off. I got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. If you don't know, again, my students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts. And we've only been coaching for like the last 2 years. $60+ million have been awarded to the students that have come through my program. And I can just click this button over and over again. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't even have all the testimonials here. I don't even have them all. I've probably posted 5%, maybe 10% of all the testimonials we have. So you can go through my Instagram account. You can look through all that as well. If you don't know, I've been featured on a couple of different magazines. I was featured in Business Insider back in May 2024. So if you want to go look it up, just type in Business Insider, type in my name. You can see the article. You can see the deep dive on me. They had to like validate everything I'm saying for Business Insider. So go check that out. We've definitely won some contracts and did some big things since this article, but definitely go check that out as well. I've also been featured on Bold Journey magazine. So you can type in Wes Fisher, Bold Journey, another magazine that featured me about my coaching as well. Again, my students are winning. Shout out to Miss Chrissy, or we call her Coach Chrissy now, because if you guys don't know, what I've done is, on some programs, they hire coaches and they get people to do coaching and they do sales training. They hire outside sales coaches and they do this training and they hire coaches. I don't do any of that. We hire within house. My top students are my coaches. So shout out to Coach Chrissy, but she was actually a student in my program. She's made over $100,000 profit. She's shooting for 7 figures profit by end of 2024. So you can check her story out on Bold Journey as well. Probably gonna get some other students here interviewed. And again, I gotta just say this. Now, again, don't go by this timer because depending when you're watching it, maybe the timer is count down further. And again, maybe the prices change because you gotta hurry up and get your ticket soon. So if you want to come see us, me, my team, Coach Tom, Coach Chrissy, Coach Sheena, our guest speakers, if you want to come see us in person, grab your ticket right now. Go to wesleyfisher.com. WesleyFish. ER.com. I gotta remember how to spell my name, right? But WesleyFisher.com. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get back to the live stream. Peace. All right, we back. So if you have I didn't mean to do that, but hold on. We got a question. We got a live question here on TikTok. Oh, okay, you're back. Okay, all right. I mean, if you got a question, Hart, if you want to ask a question, you can. So real quick, we got a question here on TikTok here, y'all. So if you have a woman-owned business, you have a set aside and more opportunities. No, you don't have more opportunities, but you do have some opportunities that are exclusive to you. Like if there's 50,000 opportunities that get posted in a day, there's 50,000 opportunities posted in that day. Out of that 50,000, maybe 30 are only for women-owned set aside. So only you can bid on those. All right, y'all. I want to do something because I want to be very serious and intentional about this live. I want to make sure y'all are taking me seriously here. The live event that we're having in Miami is going to be a game changer. And just to make it even better, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some fun with this. For the next person who gets their ticket, and I'll be able to tell you live here if it pops in, which it should pop in on my screen. But for the next person who gets their ticket, I'm going to give you a free 45-minute call with me to make sure that you're set up correctly. I'm going to give, and it's with me. And y'all, by the way, I don't typically do this. And by the way, y'all, this is only if you're watching this live. So if you're watching the replay and you buy your ticket and you're like, oh, well, I didn't get the call. It's like, hey, listen, you weren't on it live. We're doing this live. But the next person who buys their ticket, so just put in the comments, let me know you got it. That way I'll know to take a look at it. But the next person who buys their ticket to Miami, we will schedule a 45-minute call between just me and you, one-on-one, so we can go over your SAM registration. We can go over where you are and your status, and we can make sure that everything is set up so that you can take advantage of Miami at an Excel rate. So the next person that buys a ticket, where are you located at? I'm located in Ohio. But our event is in Miami. All right. So next person that buys a ticket, just drop it in the chat. Let me know, and I'll see you there. All right. Now I wanted to play you guys an amazing video here. Someone who's just really amazing. My mentor, Mr. Jonathan Howard. Let me show you his video. I think this really puts the middleman concept. It says sold out. What? What do you mean? Gotta fix that. You saying after completing the order form? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My team. Please review the website ASAP, as it states, sold out. All right, we will get that fixed right now, y'all. We will get that fixed right now. That's why people have not been able to buy tickets. Oh my goodness. I know we didn't sell out. I know we're like almost halfway full, but we're not sold out unless something else happened. Let me see here. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. Let me get that fixed. Let me get that fixed real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get that fixed. I'm gonna play this ad again real quick. What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this live stream that I'm doing. So as I told you guys, sometimes I gotta take a little ad break, and I'm gonna do a little ad promoting what we got going on. So if you don't know, we have our first ever in-person large event. So if you don't know, we're gonna be in Miami, Florida. I'm looking at my calendar. September 11th, September 12th. Mark your calendars. Now you can get tickets at wesleyfisher.com. So if you go to wesleyfisher.com, you can see the page, you can see our speakers, you can see some of our amazing coaches, You can see some of our guest speakers. You'll also see more details on the event there. I will tell you to hurry up and go get your ticket because honestly, unfortunately, depending when you're watching this video, the ticket price might not still be that price. Because what we're going to do is, because there are only going to be limited spots. There's only 50 spots, right? So there's only 50 spots. So it's $497 to come to the event as it sits as the recording this video. If you go to the website and it's actually $1997, that's because you waited too long to get your ticket. The prices are going to go up as we get closer to the event, only because logistically, that's the way we got to make it happen. So listen, guys, before I get back to the stream, I wanted to, pay some bills, let you guys know, go get your ticket right now. If you've been enjoying the content that you're watching, if you enjoy, what I'm teaching, if you're getting value out of this and you're like, Wesley, this is cool. How can I work with you? How can I get a chance to actually work with you in the coaches and actually do some hands-on activities and doing government contracting? Well, guess what? Come to Miami. September 2024 will be in Miami, September 11th, September 12th. And if just to show you guys some more content, I'm sure I probably shared you guys some more. I don't want to just assume you know who I am. Again, my name is Dr. Wes Fisher. I have a YouTube channel here. The one thing I want to tell you guys is very important to me. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go on their playlist, I have 2 playlists in which I interview students that win contracts over and over and over and over again. I actually do this once a month. And I can't even keep up. I even had a student just post the other day, just the other day, I got a post right here. Let me show you my screen. If you guys can see that, it says, "Hey Wes, you were right. We finally have won our first contract. It's only $26,000, but we won and are now in. Thank you." That literally just came the other day. I have tons of posts like that. So we have students that are having a lot of success, and these folks have attended our virtual trainings. They have attended our virtual meetings. So if you want to see their stories, you want to hear about the $50,000 profit, $100,000 profit, definitely go over to my winner circle on YouTube as well. I just want to show this here because it's like, it just kind of shows it off. I got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. If you don't know, again, my students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts. And we only been coaching for like the last 2 years. $60+ million have been awarded to the students that have come through my program. And I can just click this button over and over again. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't even have all the testimonials here. I don't even know I have them all. I'll probably posted 5%, maybe 10% of all the testimonials we have. So you can go through my Instagram account. You can look through all that as well. If you don't know, I've been featured on a couple of different magazines. I was featured in Business Insider back in May 2024. So if you want to go look it up, just type in Business Insider, type in my name. You can see the article. You can see the deep dive on me. They had to validate everything I'm saying for Business Insider. So go check that out. We've definitely won some contracts and did some big things since this article, but definitely go check that out as well. I've also been featured on Bold Journey magazine. So you can type in Wes Fisher, Bold Journey, another magazine that featured me about my coaching as well. Again, my students are winning. Shout out to Miss Chrissy, or we call her Coach Chrissy now, because if you guys don't know, what I've done is, on some programs, they hire coaches and they get people to do coaching and they do sales training. They hire outside sales coaches and they do this training and they hire coaches. I don't do any of that. We hire within house. My top students are my coaches. So shout out to Coach Chrissy, but she was actually a student in my program. She's made over $100,000 profit. She's shooting for 7 figures profit by end of 2024. So you can check her story out on Bold Journey as well. Probably gonna get some other students here interviewed. And again, I gotta just say this. Now, again, don't go by this timer because depending when you're watching it, maybe the timer is count down further. And again, maybe the prices change because you gotta hurry up and get your ticket soon. So if you want to come see us, me, my team, Coach Tom, Coach Chrissy, Coach Sheena, our guest speakers, if you want to come see us in person, grab your ticket right now. Go to wesleyfisher.com. WesleyFish.com. ER.com. I got to remember how to spell my name, right? But WesleyFisher.com. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get back to the live stream. Peace. All right, guys. We are still working to get that fixed. So I will let you guys know when you will be able to buy the tickets. Unfortunately, tech-wise, I'm not sure what's going on, but it says that we reached our quantity, but we're gonna open up some more spots. I don't think we're at 50 yet. I think there might just be a tech thing. So yes, let's talk about coach. Let me talk about my mentor, Jonathan Howard, real quick. Let me show you guys a video here. And this is going again. What I'm trying to give you guys is a display of the government contracting.
So I'd say 2 to 3 weeks.
So watch this.
So I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. You know, making I think a cool. I forgot what my profit margin was on those, but I think it was at the end of the day it was like $70,000, something like that.
Oh my God! Wow! So $70,000 for your first contract. So the second one was another 80 grand.
Right.
So,
well, the first one was a little over 70,000.
Yeah. So almost
and then
160K in your first month.
Right.
Within your first month of government contract.
Yeah.
Profit.
Yeah, something like that.
We're talking profit here.
Yeah, straight profit.
All right. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jonathan Howard. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say 20 plus years in government contracting.
Yeah, almost 25 years now.
25 years in government contracting. Net, I don't even know. We'll get into the numbers, but net, you've made millions of dollars in net profit. Not just for the quarter, but in net profit in government contracting.
I've made enough.
You made enough. and you're low key. You're technically retired right now, but you know, you're
somewhat. Got to stay busy a little bit. So I'd say
semi-retired. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, well John, I mean I introduced you, but tell us about yourself, man. I mean, you just talking to me, man. Like I said, we'll record this stuff, edit it later. But tell me, man, I know you, but tell the people about yourself.
Yeah, been doing government contracting since I was about 22. City, state, and federal. So not just the federal contracts like what we talk about, but on a city level, on a state level. Any and every entity out there that gets federal money or government money, I do contracts for them and been doing it. I mean, get bored, go through a contract in, make 20, 30 grand overnight.
Okay.
And there's not much.
So I know the story, but we got to tell the people. So tell us about your first contract, man. How did you get started in this? Like, what happened?
Yeah, so, well, I'd say my very first contracts with the government was VA grants. So I was doing grant work for disabled veterans to get them home modifications, and then moved over to Department of Rehabilitation Services. So I kind of captured that market doing home modification, ADA type stuff. And I got into, back in the day, it was FBO.gov, Federal Business Opportunities. So now it's SAM. I said that I got on, got registered, didn't take long at all. And through my first contract in, it was for, I believe it was Target coffins. I think that was my first contract. So yeah, Target coffins are...
Target coffin. What the heck is a Target coffin?
So Target coffins are concrete embankment that they have an automated sign or target that comes up downrange in a shooting range. So I got with
sorry, go ahead.
Camp Gruber in Oklahoma, Army out there. They put a bid out to do some target coffins. I had no clue what they were. So I went on let's say SAM.gov, and I did like an award search. So to see if anybody else has done target coffins, and they give you sketches and diagrams, what they are. So I did an award search and found somebody at another Army base here that did target coffins. So I just called them up and said, hey, you guys did this contract for target coffins. I have another contract that I want to bid on. Can you guys make these for me? And they're like, yeah, we can make these for you. So they gave me a price for them, and they were pretty cheap. But back up a second. So What I did first, I sent my all the sketches over to a prefabber, like a concrete, like a cast in place type company. And they were like $1,600 a piece, you know, and I'm thinking it's like, that's going to be expensive. So I went ahead and put my bid in for $1,600 each, you know, for these target coffins, and then they backed out. So that's when I did the award search and got with a company called Arrowhead Precast out of Jinx, Oklahoma. And they're like, yeah, they're going to be really expensive. They're about $300 a piece. So I've already won the contract at $1,600 a piece. And they're like, they're expensive at $300 a piece.
Wait,
so I was like, yeah.
You wanted at $1,600 a piece, and then they said it's going to be $300 per one.
Yeah, like 300 some change.
Yeah.
And they're like, plus delivery, they're expensive. I'm like, okay, I think I can cover that. I already won them for $1,600 a piece. So the entity that I was going through decides that they could, because at my cost at $1,600 were too expensive. So I think they ordered like 100, but by the time that I actually got the solicitation, the award letter back, they only needed 88. But you got to think 88 target coffins times 1,300, you know, that's a lot of money. And that was my first contract. It took about 2 weeks, I guess, for them to build them and deliver. So I'd say 2-3 weeks, you know, making, I think, a cool, I forgot what my profit margin was on those, but I think it was, at the end of the day, it was like $70,000, something like that.
So $70,000 for your first contract. And then how did you feel after that? You're like, whoa, is this real? Like, how did you feel when you won that?
When you make that kind of money, it's like, I thought somebody was going to come to my door and knock on it and say, hey, you're defrauding the government somehow, you know. I was
$70,000 profit off his first win. Now, don't mind you guys, he's OG 25 years ago. Still, and don't get me wrong, he's still winning now. $75,000 profit off his first win. What's up, TikTok? If you guys tune in on TikTok, I'm live on the Red app. So listen, y'all, I said earlier, and now we got it fixed. If you guys are ready to actually have some good time and visit us, and let's see here. How can I do this? How can I share my screen? Here we go. Awesome. If you guys are ready to visit with us in Miami, so we're having our live in-person training in Miami during this live only. Now I'm done. I'm going to say it again. We got it fixed. During this live only, if you buy your ticket for Miami, I'll just, you know what? I'll just do it this way. I was going to say the first, but no, we'll see. But if you buy your ticket, and by the way, this is a live promotion only. So as you're watching the replay, hey, you still can get your ticket, no big deal. But if you're watching me live right now, you buy your ticket right now, you will get a free 45-minute phone call with me to go over your company and make sure things are set up correctly, to make sure that you're going to be able to benefit from our training, to make sure that you're going to understand what we're going to lay out for you. You're going to be able to meet with our top coaches. You're going to be able to even meet with my personal, by the way, shout out to Right Choice Accounting. This is my CFO for all my companies. His name is Albert, the CPA. He's with Right Choice Accounting, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to even come in and talk about tax strategies, some high-level stuff that we talking about, y'all. High-level tax strategies at the event. So the next person that buys their ticket is $497. Book your ticket. Let me know you got your ticket, and then we'll book a free 45-minute call with you guys. The spots are now available. All right, so let's get to it, man. As you guys have been just joining me in, if you're joining me now on TikTok, where this is a 3-hour live, I'm going for a marathon, y'all. I mean, how long have we been live right now? This is the longest I've ever been live. Well, no, maybe not. How long have we been live? 62 minutes. No, I've been live for an hour is like my max, but I'm gonna go live longer because I want to give you guys the state of government contracting. We've talked about the middleman strategy. We've shown some videos with Dr. Kissy Parks. I wanted to show you guys that clip, and I'm gonna even show you guys some more clips. Let's do some more clips. Let's do some more fun clips. And by the way, guys, if you guys can do me a favor, put in the comments who you guys want me to react to. If there's someone in government contracting that you said, Wesley, I've heard about this person, I've heard about that person, they're saying this, they're saying that. Can you show me and give me your opinion on it? Let me know. Let's hit up my girl Con Connects. She had a funny video the other day that cracked me up. Watch this video, y'all.
I am calling to get a quote for some lawn care services. Yeah, great. I can send you over that information with your email. Perfect. I will send that over to you right now. Great. You'll get back to me. Perfect. Thank you.
5 hours later.
I called earlier about 5 hours ago and haven't got a response back. Tomorrow? Tomorrow will be fine. Thanks.
7 days later.
If you guys are going to quote, I need your quote. Call me back. All right. Thanks.
2 weeks later.
Yes. This is calling again. Yes. No. Please don't put me on hold.
Yes.
Tomorrow. All right. I'm calling to see if that quote is ready. They out of business. What?
They not like us. They not like us.
I am calling to get
That's my girl, Con Cadex. Some of y'all, if y'all struggling with getting quotes, she had a free webinar. I don't know if she's still doing it. So you can go to her profile and find out. But she talked about just getting quotes. I'll be honest with you guys. Let me talk about that. One of the hardest things about government contracting, and I'll be totally honest with you guys, is getting a quote. Put a me in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. If you're like, Wesley, you're right. The hardest thing about government contracting is getting a quote. I can't get these subs to call me back. Or if I call a sub, they say they're going to give me a quote. They never come through. This is because you haven't chosen, again. Oh, look at the ones. One across the board. This is because, one, I can give you some training right now. One thing is you're not talking with a sense of urgency. I'm going to give you some free training right now. One thing that we do in our program is we always talk with a sense of urgency. What I mean by that is when I'm talking to a sub, if they say, hey, when do you need a quote by? I say, yesterday. No, serious. I need a quote yesterday. This came across my desk and I need that quote yesterday. Or if I talk to a sub, they say, hey, when is it due? When is it due? I needed it yesterday. Can you give me the quote by end of day today? Can you get me the quote by end of day today? I promise you guys, I know I'm not on the phone with you, but I know what you're saying. You're not saying that. And I mean, I say that in every phone call. There's not one phone call that I don't get off the phone with that sub and say, I need the quote today, in the day today. These subs are bidding when you tell them about the solicitation. That's a possibility too. And that's a possibility. And that 100% happens, but it is what it is. You got to have that sense of urgency and you got to follow a proven system. If you don't know, we have a proven system called the Contracting Blueprint. So if you want to find out more about my program, you know what to do. Links in the bio, all that good stuff. All right, let's check out some other content, y'all. Let's see what else is out there. So, and let me do. I subscribe. Let me see. There's a person. It's a DOD government contracts. This person. I talked to this gentleman over the phone. I really like his content, actually. I really like his content. He posted a new video recently. DOD Contract Academy, and I want to show you guys. It was a great video, great tip. I have government contractors as well in my program. He has some government contractors or former government contractors in his program, and they give tips and tricks. Let's hear what one of the actual government contractors said.
And then we'll shape the thinking.
I need you guys to watch this before you write any other proposal. That's how good it is.
I spent 32 years as an Air Force contracting officer. I want to debunk a couple of myths right off the bat. I think if you have only one takeaway, and I don't know how to emphasize that more, I'll probably repeat it and talk to you.
Is Lewis a proposal here? If you spend over 30, I'll master with you a clip from our certification program. We have Master Government Contracting Officer, retired Colonel Louis Orndorff. He spent over 30 years as a contracting officer. I guarantee you that you're going to hear tips in this video that you have never heard before for writing a proposal for the government. So here is Lewis.
So Rick asked me to step in today and talk to you guys. Each one of you are probably focused on, you have to generate a proposal, and there's a lot of factors that go into this. And I want to talk to you about it from a contracting officer's perspective. I want to debunk a couple of myths right off the bat. Win themes mean absolutely nothing to the government. They're not catching them. It doesn't matter if you put them in their face. It doesn't really do anything to ultimately influence it. It helps with the readability. That's really on your side. That kind of helps you focus. So there's some goodness to it. But once you throw it over the fence to the government, your win themes really, I don't think I ever once said, oh, here's a proposal. This is the clear win theme for the.
I'm gonna say real quickly, guys. I've watched this video a few times, and every time he says win theme, I have no clue what he's talking about. I don't know what a win theme is. It's probably a good thing I don't know what a win theme is, because he's saying that's not going to win you a contract. A win theme. I don't know. Let's see.
This company, and it has influenced me. So there's number one. Number two, if you're developing a proposal, there's a whole bunch of conversation about, well, I want the government to think this, and let's put it in the executive summary, and then we'll shape the thinking. It really doesn't. Most of the sub teams and the proposal evaluation don't read the executive summary. They only read their section. And when they talk about everything needs to be standalone, it needs to be standalone. What we would often do is, let me use the graphic of old school, when you had to provide the binder, and the binder was tabbed out in 5 different sections. What I would do is old school. I remember one of my first jobs as a lieutenant was I had to rip apart all those binders and make new binders, so that the technical team for evaluation factor number 1 had each one of the sections from each one of the binders for evaluation.
Let me pause for a second. So some of you guys are like, Wesley, what is he talking about? So listen, when you're submitting a proposal, and we teach this in our program as well, is that there's different parts of the proposal, right? There might be the technical, there might be the past performance, there may be a pricing sheet or a pricing breakdown. And what he's going to go on to tell you guys is those things are seen by separate eyes, sometimes, if not all times, according to him. So what he's saying is that a lot of people will think I should go to Canva and I should make this huge, amazing template, and I should make this huge, amazing government contract proposal, and I'm going to make sure the government knows why they should pick me, because I'm going to make it so fancy, and it's going to have spreadsheets and colors, and it's going to be worded and cohesively. And what he's telling you right now is other people in the departments are not even going to see your whole proposal. So a lot of times you guys are wasting a lot of time making your proposal look pretty instead of just giving the government what they asked for. Like, I have a CEO in my program. He's not in my program, but a friend of mine. He's a CEO that's a friend of mine, Jonathan Curbs. He says all the time, the government does not care about the pages that they didn't ask for. If the government said, hey, this section is a 5-page limit, and you give the government 8 pages, he says we can literally just take the last 3 and toss them out. We'll print the whole 8, take the last 3 pages and toss them out and only read the 5 pages. So what I mean by that is give the government what they ask you for. If you guys don't know how to submit, we have training. We can teach you that. But long story short, and go to wesleyfisher.com to get some information about our next training event. But long story short, it's like give the government what they ask you for.
Factor number 1, they didn't see anything else.
Welcome back, ConConnects.
They didn't see the executive summary. They didn't see the rest of the documentation that was provided. They didn't see the CPARs. They didn't see past performance. They didn't see anything. They only saw that one section that we ripped out. So a lot of times a contracting officer, the team, the evaluation team will say, look, you've got 10 proposals. Your job, and Fred, I'm going to pick on you just because you're at the top right corner of my screen. Your job, Fred, is to give me a coordinated evaluation of those 10 for section 1, whatever that might be, or evaluation criteria, technical 1.1. And I don't care what else you do. I don't need you to do anything else. So if you're Fred and you say, oh, I've got 10 rocks to crush, I don't really care about anything else. I'm just going to do the piece in front of me because it becomes overwhelming. And oh, by the way, I've got a deadline. And oh, by the way, they're not letting me out of the building, or they're not letting me do anything else until I get this done. So you're not going to take any time to go and cross look into anything else. So as you're writing proposals, you really want to do a couple of key things for the government. And this is what I thought was brilliant. You basically have to assume that everybody's reading a ton, and they have the attention span of a gnat. So I always talk, you've heard the word bottom line up front, bluff. If you really want to really get impactful proposals, what I loved, and I can't speak to, there's no rule about this, but what I really liked was for each section, if there was one synopsis summary.
This is good, y'all. This is good. If you're not sure how to make your proposals winning or make your proposals pop out to a contracting officer, this gentleman who's been a contracting officer for 30 years is going to tell you that one tip right now.
Right up front, it said, hey, we're going to do this and this. We're going to crush it because of this and this. All the details follow. So at this point, you've already convinced me of what you want me to take away, and then everything else just reinforces that and gives me some material to make my comments that, hey, this is how they're going to approach it. There were times when I would lift, copy and paste narrative right out of a proposal because it was perfect. It was exactly what I needed as an evaluator. But the key on this one is, if you make me search, if you're going to say, no, you got to read everything, so I want you to really understand, you have a risk of losing your audience.
I don't know if you guys got the same takeaway that I did from all.
All right, I like that emoji. I'm gonna give you guys my takeaway. So the biggest takeaway I got from that is this. He's saying when you have a technical or your past performance or the different sections, at the very top, just put like a synopsis that says, we are going to do this, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is why we meet the requirements. The details below will follow. Like, I'll tell you guys all the time, there's simple things sometimes. Like, this one blows people in my mind. I've had people, not in my program, but I know of people who have lost contracts because they didn't meet the warranty criteria. The government, I'm sorry, not the warranty criteria, the quoting length. Let me tell you what I mean. Sometimes the government will say, hey, listen, your quote needs to be valid for 90 days. Like in the instructions to offers, it will say, make sure you guys see me. It will say that your quote needs to be valid for 90 days. Like that's the instruction. You guys know what I will put in my synopsis or on my proposal? I would literally put, this quote is valid for 90 days. And some of y'all are like, well, Wesley, duh. But no, some people like don't get that. Some people are like, well, Wesley, there's this part in the opportunity and said my quote must be valid for 90 days. But then like I called my sub would say, yeah, here's my quote, but hey, that quote's only good for 30 days. Like, Wesley, what do I do? I'm like, just write that your quote is good for 90 days because there's negotiation after that. We can figure that part out. But the long story is, like, make it very easy for the government to know that you read the instructions to offers. Sometimes they'll say the warranty information must be good for however long. Now, again, I will check and verify that the warranty is good for however long, but I'm going to actually specifically put a sentence on my paper that says the warranty is valid for this long period. My quote is valid for this long. Like, I'm going to put that at the top of the page because the government asked me for it. So that way, when someone's going through my criteria to go, did this person actually read the opportunity? I mean, this person got a good quote. The quote is for 40 grand. This person got a quote for 90 grand, but this person's quote is good for 90 days. Let's go with the 90 grand person, which is going to be me. Exactly. ConConnect says they're not going to turn money down if you win. The sub will change it. So back to the whole idea of like, well, Wesley, I can't say that my quote is good for 90 days when my sub said, well, you got to get back to me next week because the way my schedule works, we're already booked. Oh, this is another tip. I'm giving y'all some bonus tips right now. I shouldn't even give these away. Whew. Schedule. A lot of times people have a hard time getting quotes because you're like, Wesley, I called the sub and my sub said he's not available until November. The government needs this to start September 1st. So I didn't get a quote from him. If you must do it, you're not doing that. Because in this program, I'm telling you guys right now, the government When do you know the government's going to start on time? Now, the government may say they want some work to start in September and your sub can't do it in November. I'm still bidding with that sub. I'm still working with that sub. I'm still submitting my quote. And I'm telling the government, yep, this is it. We'll be ready for September 1st. And then when I get the award letter, hey, government, hey, sub, we got the award. You still can't get to September? No, but we probably can get started in like October, but we can't. Yeah, November. Yeah, we'll probably do October. Okay. Hey, government, thank you for the award letter. We're going to sign this award. Let's let you know we can't start till October. Sometimes the government will wait because guess what? They have to wait, or they'll go to the next person who bid it. But I'm telling you, this is a lot of times you wasting time thinking about, well, what about this? What about that? When other people are winning contracts and then negotiating on the back end, right? AA government hey, what's up? I'm about to play your video next, bro. I'm gonna play your video next. Negotiation power shifts when you have an award letter in hand. The AI government contractor. I like your content. I like your content. I've been playing a lot of people's content. If that's cool with you, today, just kind of giving my feedback and stuff like that. I like your content. I'm gonna play some of your content. Absolutely, the POs have learned our gold for procurement. Absolutely, POs I've learned our goal for procurements. Exactly. All right, exactly. All right, we got the AI government contractor in the building. Let's check out some of his content. Let's react to some of the content. You got some good content on here, man. Where's the one video I watched? Wait, is this it? I think it was this. Let me see.
Is the source of this information, because new data from the Small Business Administration has shown that agencies awarded an all-time
All right, AI government contractors, listen carefully. The reason most small businesses struggle with government contracting is because of the paperwork. Yeah, I'm not going to wait. You don't have to wait to get to the end of this video to figure this out. Reading lengthy solicitation takes time. Putting together proposals.
Actually, before I go further with this video, I want to let you guys know, and this is a good gentleman. I don't know this gentleman personally, but I've checked out his content. I like what he's talking about. I will be honest with you and tell you guys that we are using AI in government contracting. A lot is taking over. It's working. I literally just submitted a proposal yesterday with a student, and we probably use, outside of the estimate and the price from the sub, we probably use AI for 90% of the proposal. And when it comes to formulating the proposal, when it comes to putting the proposal together, so AI is a great tool for government contracting, but you got to make sure you're doing it the right way. This minute's got some good content. I want you guys to check it out.
That are compliant with a lot of the requirements in that lengthy solicitation also takes time. But here's the thing, there's no reason for you to not have the ability to do it with today's technology. This video is going to address how or why small businesses struggle in government contracting and how you can begin to succeed instead. Watch till the end, join the school community. A free seminar is coming up at the end of this month. You do not want to miss it. The link is in the description. And by the way, if you're not in government contracting, click off this video right now.
Why most businesses struggle with government contracts and how to succeed instead. All right, guys, my name is Godwin. Today, I'm going to be talking about why most small businesses struggle with government contracts and how to succeed instead.
I'm gonna skip ahead a
if
little
you've
bit.
seen the intro, you already understand that it's the paperwork. But we're going to go into more details, into some more of the problems that small businesses really faced on a bigger level. Did you know that the Biden-Harris administration awarded a record-breaking, a mind-boggling $178 billion in federal procurement opportunities to small businesses? And this was actually an increase of $15.7 billion from the previous fiscal year. Guys, this was a...
All right, thank you for sharing that stat. Now, let me show you guys what he means by using AI. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Let me show you about what he means by using AI for government contracting.
Today, I'm kind of looking for something in training. That could change, but I want you to understand that you're going to be going through this process. Actually, I'm going to remove my face completely here. Yes, you're going to be going through this process, and you want to do a couple of these a day. I see a diabetic prevention program. This is an original solicitation for August 23rd. Now, my recommendation is review 2 to 3 solicitations per day. This way, you get used to using this 5-step beginner-friendly solicitation breakdown guide, which is available in the school community. But let's keep going. And mind you, whatever I click on doesn't mean that this is what I'm going to pursue. I break it down so I can have an idea of whether I have the ability to pursue this. This is diabetics prevention program. Now, the classification, there's no set aside directly here, but we know that this is in office and all other miscellaneous health practitioners, okay? And we just have a very short description here. It says solicitation with the solicitation number for the VA General Los Angeles Health Care System requires diabetic prevention program services as described in the attached solicitation. I'm really curious about this now. Everything seems pretty simple. I'm going to go into ChatGPT.
Now watch these prompts. The beautiful thing about ChatGPT and about AI that you guys got to understand that my buddy's going to go through here is that you got to give it's about the prompts. It's about what you say to the AI bot, right? It's not about like, hey, write me a proposal. Like that ain't gonna work. It's about different prompts and different wording. And I love that this gentleman here, he has some good prompts that he recommends, and we're gonna show those prompts to you guys right now.
Since it's just one file there, I'm going to throw that into ChatGPT.
Real quick, some of y'all might not know that we do this all the time. You can upload the files from SAM.gov into ChatGPT. So this is going to blow your mind. I'm going to give you guys a little tip here. You could find an opportunity that has 600 pages, and let's just say you don't possess the skill sets yet to really decipher and find out exactly what they need. You could upload that 600-page document to ChatGPT, and then you could write a prompt simply like, hey, can you give me the scope of work, specifically of what the government wants to deliver, where location, You could put a prompt together, put that into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to go through all 600 pages and spit it out to you. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy.
Obviously run into my beginner-friendly solicitation breakdown guide. Everything in yellow is a prompt, and the orange is the purpose of the prompt. So the purpose of solicitation details is to capture the basic details and overarching goal of the solicitation. So this is where you start. You want to kind of start small before you go into the meaty details, the big, juicy stuff, okay? So the solicitation document with the title Diabetes Prevention Program for
AI government contractor said 3 ingredients to a good prompt are clarity, context, and I can't pronounce that word, specificity.
The VA Los Angeles Healthcare System is issued by the Department of Veteran Affairs, specifically the Network Contracting Office 22. The summary outlines the requirements for the contractor to provide a diabetes prevention program aimed at women veterans. The program involves implementing a virtual platform that integrates educational modules, health coaching, and tracking tools, and is designed to support women veterans in preventing diabetes. The program is part of the Quality Enhancement Research Initiative project entitled Enhancing Mental and Physical Health of Women Through Engagement and Retention. This is really interesting. Let's go into a bit more details. What are the eligibility requirements, the key deliverables, and objectives of this contract? And the purpose of this prompt is really to outline both the qualifications required to bid and the expected outcomes of the delivery of this project. So let's see what that looks like. We've thrown it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is now generating its results. The eligibility requirements for diabetes prevention program focuses on women veterans with pre-diabetes, especially targeting those in rural and urban isolation areas. The contractor must enroll clinically eligible women veterans, confirming the eligibility based on clinical criteria provided by the VA. Okay. Key deliverables: license for online DPP model. The contractor must provide licenses for an online diabetes prevention program model tailored for women veterans.
I'm pause here for a second. So I hope you guys are understanding what the AI government contractor is doing here is that is making something that's, and again, this was only one document. It wasn't a huge document. It wasn't too much, but it's making something very easier for you guys to digest. Like he's going to go on to say, okay, now when I want to find a contractor or when I want to find someone who I can partner with or sub this with, he has a clear, concise way of saying, okay, this is what they need to do. So I need to find a company that can do that. That's basically what we're trying to display here.
This is really specific. Health coaching and group support. But guys, the point of what I'm showing you here is simple. With these two prompts, we've been able to break down, well, first of all, the overarching summary of this prompt. And next, we have the eligibility requirements. We have the key deliverables, technical and reporting support.
Provide. You guys can go to his channel to watch the rest of it.
To see what we have.
I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna stop here. So you guys can definitely check out AI government contractor on YouTube to watch the rest of the video because I'm obviously it's a full video. But I want to just let you guys know, like, remember this live that I'm doing is the state of government contracting. I want to touch every angle of every corner of government contracting, and I'm not an expert on AI. I'll be totally honest. Like sometimes my team, my people come to me and say, Wesley, can you tell me how to do? I'll tell you how I'm using AI. And I'll tell you my prompts, but I'm not like the expert on AI. So I'm not afraid to tell you guys other people that are out there that are using some cool things. Are contracts only for services for big companies? Can small companies bid on contracts? Small companies can bid on contracts as well. All right, let's check out another person. Who else should we check out? Let's check out Eric Coffey. Again, I don't know Eric Coffey. I don't know if I even spelled his name right. Oh, I didn't. I don't know Eric Coffey.
What is this car company?
He's someone who's how to win government contracts and make your first $100,000. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says in this video. Let's just see what it says. I'm curious now. Let's see what Eric Coffey says. How to win government contracts to make your first $100,000, no experience.
What does this car company, this university, and this phone company all have in common? They use government contracts to scale their organizations. You guys are probably thinking, these are big established businesses. How do I get started? That's what we're gonna go over in today's video, how to get started from $0 and no experience. I spent the last 20 years focused on entrepreneurship, from building the Entrepreneurs Club at the University of Florida to starting a construction company and then a steel erection business to then launching my YouTube channel. And really I was focused on two things, making money and studying billionaires. And the one thing that changed my life more than anything else was how to leverage other people's resources, time, past experience, and money to win government contracts in a term we call strategic partnerships. And that's what we're going to break down in this video, something we call the First Partner Challenge. But before we do that, we're going to go over the 5 steps you need to get started with $0 and no experience. Step 1, form a corporation. Most states have a registration site. Here in Florida, ours is called SunBiz. So if you type in your
100%, this is right. My step 1 is to form a business. So this is good. This is good step 1.
State and state registration, you'll find many different opportunities to register a business. When you go on there, you'll have a lot of different choices from C Corp, S Corp, LLC. Personally, from my organizations, we choose LLC. Why? Because that's what the billionaires do. So I'm just modeling what the billionaires do.
Correct. I always recommend LLC.
The next thing is choosing a name. What I like to do is choose a generic name. So for example, I chose Evankoff. My middle name is Emmanuel. My last name is Coffee. I combine them together to make a unique word that doesn't mean anything. So I can get into IT or construction or whatever type of business. And so many times I've seen people cake bakery services. Again, limiting yourself to just doing the one thing prohibits you in the future when you're pursuing contract opportunities. So make sure.
That's good. I get this question all the time. Wesley, should I start a new LLC or should I use my same LLC? And here's my answer to that, guys. I always say, if you have an LLC already set up, like just use it. Go with the LLC you got. I know it's kind of weird if you're like, well, Wesley, the name of my LLC is Ashley's tax strategy of Atlanta. Should I do government contracting? I always tell people this. For sake of time, like just go get it registered on SAM.gov. Just start bidding, because most government contractors and CEOs would tell you they don't care about the name of your LLC, which is the good news. People who may care is like your sub. Like, you know, if you call like some Joe Smo company in Wyoming, you're like, hey, I'm Ashley's tax strategy of Atlanta. They're gonna be like, what? I don't need taxes and I don't live in Atlanta. So you want to do like a DBA or have like a different email address and you'll be fine. But long story short, if you're starting brand new, if you're like, Wesley, I'm brand new, I'm going to open up a brand new company, I always refer back to the good old fun movie called War Dogs. And I don't know the true story, but I heard the true story is that the letters did have a meaning. But in the movie, they go, the name of our company is AEY. And the guy goes, well, what does AEY stand for? And he was like, what does Dell stand for? DELL don't stand for anything. And the guy goes, well, Dell actually stands for da 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 da. And he goes like, get out, you're fired. And he says, AEY doesn't stand for anything. We're a multi-million-dollar company, and it doesn't stand for anything. And I love what Eric Coffey did here. Eric, whatever he called it, name of his company. It's like if you're starting brand new, just create a company. I love what he did. I might get another LLC and call it Westfish. No, that don't make sense. But I like what he did there.
That you choose properly the right name. Step 2, get a tax ID.
Yep.
Once you set up the corporation, you take all that information and you go to the IRS website and you can file your EIN number to get a tax ID. And what that does is now
TikTok is saying, what about a nonprofit organization? We're only talking about profit here. Can you put a nonprofit organization on SAM.gov? The answer is yes. But what we're doing is we're trying to make money and make a profit. So apart from you putting it on SAM.gov and then doing my business or my system, I wouldn't recommend. So seek a tax professional.
Now it allows you to essentially pay Uncle Sam. But more importantly, when you get ready to register your business at the different places, you need this information for your registration. Step number 3, a basic understanding of government contracting. The first thing I recommend to everyone learning.
The good thing is you're watching this live for this whole 3 hours. You are doing step number 3.
About this business is to watch the movie War Dogs. Number 2, I recommend is doing a quick Google search or going on YouTube. And again, you can find lots of videos. You just type in how to do government contracts and you'll see lots of videos on the subject. If you don't want to do either of those steps, you can always go to our website, freegovconcourse.com, where we've got a free training program for those of you getting started that need to know what to do, where to go, and take some of those initial steps in the beginning. Step number 4, form a relationship with the company. There are 2 different types of relationships out there, manufacturer and service provider. Manufacturer are people who make products. So for example, if you think about Adidas and Nike, service providers are people who actually provide services such as HVAC, janitorial services, construction services. Your goal is to identify someone who will let you resell their product and or service to the government. And the best part about that is when they do so, they will deliver the product and service and you don't have to put up any of the money. Meet Miguel, someone who took this very approach and landed an $800,000 contract.
Correct. And I think a lot of us think that we have to have it all figured out. We have to do it all ourselves. And it's like, that is a complete lie, right? Be honest with the client, be upfront, let them know, hey, because that's one of the things I told the guy, because he asked me, do you write proposals? I said, no, sir, I do not. We're working on that, but I don't. It's not my cup of tea. You know, we were optimistic. And I think there's going to be some good signs along the way that you know you're heading in the right direction. We had 2 meetings with the people that need the service. So it's like, that's a good sign. That's a good thing, right?
But you out here, not sure.
They can trust you a little bit more.
When Miguel came to us, he was a lot like a lot of you out here, not sure where to go, who to talk to, or what to say. But then within first 10 calls, he landed his first consultant client. That brings us to what we're calling our first partner challenge. My first partner challenge is a 5-day challenge, taking you from where you're at today, maybe unsure, unclear about your goals, how are you going to make this work for you and your family, to landing your first partner. If you'd like to get more information, number 5, register to become a vendor. Once you agree with your partner that you will represent them selling their products or services to the government, you have to get registered at the appropriate government office where you want to sell to. So for example, if you want to sell to the city, you register with the city. If you want to sell to the state, you register with that state. If you want to register for the entire,
yeah, I'm gonna stop there, but I'm gonna tell you guys this. The one thing I get asked all the time, people say, well, let's see, what's the best way, what's the best level to get started in? You know, should I do city government contracting? Should I do the county level government contracting? Should I do the state level government contracting? Should I do federal government contracting? I hear state is easier than federal. I hear federal is easier than state. The one advice I would give about this is, and I've been giving the same advice this whole day, guys, is pick one way of doing it and go make a lot of money doing that before you get too in the wraps of things. Because Eric Coffey talked about some great tips here. He talked about partnering agreements. He talked about partnering with different companies. He talked about, he's talking about right now, city level, state level, federal level. But I think that's the one thing I think people get struggled with, because people will say, well, let's see, I'm registered at the city, but I'm also registered at state, and I'm also registered at SAM, but I don't know how to submit. I'm just like, whoa. Like, pick one and then let's submit there and let's go win contracts. Now, I will be honest with you guys. My company, the Contracting Blueprint, we only teach federal. Nothing wrong with state, nothing wrong with local. I've decided, because I personally have been awarded over $3.5 million in SAM.gov. Now, I also won state on my home health care, technically as state contracting, but I'm not counting that. But I focus primarily on federal government contracts. That's what I do. That's my bread and butter. My students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts. That's their pride and butter. That's what we do. So when someone comes to me and say, Wesley, but can you teach me your tips and I can use it at the state level or city level? I always tell them, no. I mean, like, I'll show you, but it's like, it makes sense to go find someone who's going to teach you that city, state, county level. So that's my 2 cents there. That was a great video, by the way. Great video.
What is this car company? This university.
Who else should we check out? So we checked out Kizzy Parks. Only a one video. Eric, let's do this. Let's do government. Let's see what he said. Government contracting. Let's type in government. I pop in at the top. I pop in at the top because I'm live right now. Oh, okay. Let's check out some shorts on government contracting.
3 letters got me into government contracting, okay? MBE. It was actually a crazy story. I met this individual in New Jersey, right? My friend, he's a professional jockey. Nick, what's up, Nick, if you're watching this? But yeah, he invited me to New Jersey to go watch, his professional horse races. And while there, after the event, went to some dude's house to celebrate, because he owned the horses that Nick was racing. And while communicating with that individual, he asked me what my plan was. I told him my plan was to enter the transportation industry, get my CDLs, drive trucks, build a massive company with truck drivers, right? But he said, hey, throw all that away and learn about your MBE. So I was like, what's MBE? Minority Business Enterprise. It simply means that the government has mandated that 23% of all government spending must be spent with small and disadvantaged businesses. I was like, wait, what? MBE, they have to spend money with us as minorities?
That's true.
Huh, interesting, right? Went to Google, started doing some research, and then I literally quit my job the next day. Like, listen, I'm going to figure this thing out. Fast forward, yeah, we are crushing the government space. 3 letters.
Interesting. True. The government does dedicate funds to women-owned, minority-owned, hubs-owned. So, true.
What's some of the good businesses that government contracts always come available for?
Yeah, industry. So IT, construction, lawn care services, armed and unarmed security. Those are your top government contracts on all levels that the federal government will always, and transportation. They will always look for those type of contracts year in and year out. Like heavy.
What's some of the good business?
That's my mentor, my first mentor, Jason White. Shout out to him. Those are big. Fox. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up Fox. I know I've heard the name before. Is it Fox Wade?
I have a question for you. All right. I can't do all the work. Can I just subcontract out everything?
Absolutely not. So in order for you to actually fulfill the legal obligation of the contract, you've got to do a certain percentage of work. If you're in services, that's typically 50%. If you're in construction, it varies anywhere between 15 to 25%. But you got to look up the rules in the FAR, Federal Acquisition Regulation. You cannot do all the work. Now, get out of here.
That's true. I love that he said that, all the work, because I specifically tell people, if you go to my website, and I'll just pull this up real quick. If you go to my website, if you're interested in like booking a call with us to get started, only because we're on that exact sentence. If you go to my website, thecontractingblueprint.com, let me share my tab real quick. It says how to start a government contracting business without doing any of the physical work. I want to be very clear, guys. In government contracting, if you guys are interested in, booking a free call, seeing some free training, you can go to www.thecontractingblueprint.com. But in government contracting, we don't do the physical work over here as a middleman, but we are doing work. And now he said a good temp. He said 50%. Is all work physical? No, right? So we can say that 50% is admin work. So there's that. Okay, people are having some good names now. Coach J, of course, I'm gonna pull up Coach J. Oh, come on now, of course. Let me pull up Coach J.
Only people who could win that are middlemen. There are situations where the government doesn't want to buy just one thing. They'll want to buy like 10 different things all at the same time, and there isn't a single company that makes all those things. So what they need is a middleman to put together the entire package.
They can bundle it, and that gives you like a little bit of leverage, and it makes your bid more competitive. Is this like drop shipping?
Well, it's a little bit like drop shipping because you are just shipping it directly from the supplier to the customer. But the way the government works is they will only pay you 30 days after you deliver. So you need to finance that. There's certain cases where you can convince your suppliers to give you net 30 terms. Like for example, with service contracts, that's a lot more common because it's an ongoing thing. It's not a one-time delivery.
That makes sense.
So in international arms sales, it never happens. No international arms supplier is going to give you net 30 terms. Zero. Only people who could win that are middlemen. There are situations where
I didn't know. I'm gonna follow. I didn't even know he had a War Dogs Academy. I didn't know he even was coaching. Oh yeah, his last video is not like until like a month ago. I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna subscribe. But anyway, I wanted to say on this topic before I go to Coach Jay's video is that this is a great topic. I had a student here that won a contract to sell hundreds and hundreds of microwaves to the government, and what she's making big money. I mean, we're talking about like 80K profit plus on her contract. And what she did was she bought all the microwaves. You know what? I can just tell you guys who this is. I'll just tell you who it is because it's public knowledge now, so I can share this. My student, Chrissy, or we call her Coach Chrissy now. You can go to her article on Bold Journey and you can read the whole article about her story, about what she's been doing in government contracting. But long story short, what I'm talking about from my one, I can't say that. I can't say that publicly, but a really, really amazing student. She won a contract for these microwaves, and kind of what the guy from War Dogs is saying is she had to finance this thing. I told her to go get you an Amex Platinum card. I told her to, hey, you're gonna buy these, you're gonna buy all these microwaves. Look, y'all see how many boxes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I think hundreds of microwaves. But she's making anywhere from 80,000 or even more than that on this contract because she's getting those microwaves installed at a base in Texas. But she used the middleman concept. She joined my program. If you're interested in my program, you can go to wesleyfisher.com or you can go to contractingblueprint.com. And she joined my program and she was able to coordinate this project together. But I want to be very clear with you guys, because it's a product and because the government doesn't pay you till 30 days after delivery, and this is in the storage unit. These microwaves are in a storage unit in Texas at her subcontractor's office. She's got to finance the whole thing, but she's making the money, y'all. She's doing really great, and that's what's possible with government contracting. All right, let's do the ultimate government contracting starting guide. Shepreneur. Okay, we'll check her out in a second, but let's do Coach J. Coach J? Is it just Coach J? No, FGC Simplified. Another brother of mine. Let's check out some of his content, and then we're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
So if you live in the state of Arizona or California, you can see you can come here where it says LLC, and you can put in Arizona and put get started. And
that's him talking about getting an LLC. Let's do one of his long form videos. What's this about? Actually, what's this?
You are on air with FGC Simplifieds of Ward Street, where our students tell you how simple it was to get started in federal government contracting and make money. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of these amazing testimonies. And remember, you're only one contract away from changing your financial future.
I am Coach Jay with the FGC Simplified community, and I have a couple of our community members want to come up and let y'all know the experience inside of our community too as well. So I have first up, we got Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Introduce yourself to the good people. Let them know what side of the world you're watching from and how is it in the community.
My name is Tracy. I am an assistant to Jacqueline Leftridge Kidd, who owns a transportation company. We are in Northern California, and we are trying to get contracts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in this federal government contracting space before you found out about me and my community?
Well, we've had our GSA contract since September of 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jacqueline, the owner, found you on TikTok.
Okay.
And then she said, let's reach out to him and see if he can help us, because we just weren't getting anywhere. We couldn't get any help to figure out where to start, how to do it or anything. And then she saw you and she's like, let's call him.
Perfect. And listen, I'm so glad that y'all reached out to me too. I was excited. Now, do you remember how long inside of when you connected with the community, did it take you to actually win your first federal government contract?
I'm going to say a month.
30 days.
Yes.
It took you 30 days for following the process.
Right.
Oh, man. So, I try to be as protective as possible of people's, privacy and all that. But do you remember how much the total value of the contract was?
I think around 8,000.
8,000.
Yes.
So it took you 30 days to understand a process where you can make $8,000 in 30 days in federal.
What's up, y'all? IRL. Yeah, he's most like me because me and him both came under the same camp. We all came. We came up together. That's my bro. This is my brother right here, by the way. Shout out to my guy, Coach J, FGC Simplified. If you're not following him on YouTube, follow him. The one thing I want to pull out from this video, guys, is notice she said, this is really important, by the way. This is really important. Notice she said she won her first contract in 30 days. I'm going to give you guys this before we go to a quick break here. I got good news and bad news with government contracting. Which one you guys want me to say first? Put it in the comments. You guys want the good news or the bad news first? Because this ties with the video here. Good news or bad news? Bad news. Okay. The bad news is SAM.gov is 100% free. Y'all like, what? How's that bad news? The bad news is SAM.gov is 100% free. And some of y'all are probably like, Wesley, right here, SAM.gov, 100% free. How is that bad news? Well, I'll tell you. The reason, how about Coach J? Coach J is awesome. We just talked about Coach J. The reason that's bad news is the average company takes 2 to 3 years. I'll say it again. 2 to 3 years to win their first contract. That's why it's bad news. And again, I'm not calling you average. I'm not saying you average. You're saying you might be average. But the average company takes 2 to 3 years. As you guys all saw, I just saw the video with Coach Jay and his community. Again, this is his community, his coaching program. This young lady, Tracy, came into his program and won her first contract in 30 days. That's because of his training and his coaching. Because the bad news is SAM.gov is free. And if you're average, it's going to take you 2 to 3 years. And honestly, I can prove it to you guys right now. I can prove it to you. Watch this. And be honest with me. All right, I'm TikTok. I'm watching you too. Watch this. Be honest with me. If you've been on SAM.gov for more than 2 years and you've never won a contract, put me in the chat right now. And I'm going to tell you why you haven't won. You know why, but I'm going to tell you why you haven't won in a second. But put me in the chat. If you've been on SAM.gov for more than 2 years, you're like, dang, West over here talking about me, and you never won a contract, put me in the chat. I see TikTok, we got me, party decor, me, move forward, me. TikTok is being very honest. YouTube, I know it's a delayed chat, so it's going to take a minute. But I see me in the chat. And the reason I would tell you the bad news about SAM.gov is because you never submitted a proposal. I know that's the truth. It takes people average 2 to 3 years before they submit enough proposals or submit proposals to win their first contract. 2 or 3 years. That's what it takes. But I do have good news. Do you guys want to know the good news? Do you want to know the good news? Yes? The good news is, now I'm going to say it again. The bad news is SAM.gov is free. Just new to SAM.gov, just see my DV search and just want to jump in. The bad news is SAM.gov is free. The good news is Dr. West, that's me. I'll charge you money. Some of y'all should be like, what? How is that? Wait, the bad news is SAM.gov is free. The good news is that Dr. West Fisher is going to charge me money? Yes, because I'll tell you why. Because I'm selling time. Instead of it taking you 2 to 3 years to win your first contract, my average student wins their first contract in 1 to 3 months on average. Now, not everyone, but on average, 1 to 3 months is when our students are winning their first contract. We squeeze down the time frame. We speed up the process. We show you how to get to the bag sooner. I do have an event, and I do have a special announcement. For the next person, now we already got one, we'll do it again. For the next person who buys their ticket to Miami, link is in my bio here on TikTok. I'll be in Miami September 11th, September 12th. Yes, it's a Wednesday and Thursday, but we're going to do a 2-day training on government contracting in person. The next person that buys their ticket is $497, by the way, $497. The next person that buys their ticket, you're going to get a free 45-minute call with me so we can review your company, make sure everything's set up correctly, make sure that you're set up for Miami for the next person that buys their ticket. So just leave a comment in the chat. Let me know you got your ticket. We'll be verifying that. I'm gonna play a quick video here, and I'll see you guys here in just a second. What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this live stream that I'm doing. So as I told you guys, sometimes I gotta take a little ad break, and I'm gonna do a little ad promoting what we got going on. So if you don't know, we have our first ever in-person large event. So if you don't know, we're going to be in Miami, Florida. I'm looking at my calendar. September 11th, September 12th. Mark your calendars. Now, you can get tickets at wesleyfisher.com. So if you go to wesleyfisher.com, you can see the page. You can see our speakers. You can see some of our amazing coaches. You can see some of our guest speakers. You'll also see more details on the event there. I will tell you to hurry up and go get your ticket because unfortunately, depending when you're watching this video, the ticket price might not still be that price. Because what we're going to do is, because there are only going to be limited spots. There's only 50 spots, right? So there's only 50 spots. So it's $497 to come to the event as it sits as the recording this video. If you go to the website and it's actually $1997, that's because you waited too long to get your ticket. The prices are going to go up as we get closer to the event, only because logistically, that's the way we got to make it happen. So listen, guys, before I get back to the stream, I wanted to, pay some bills, let you guys know, go get your ticket right now. If you've been enjoying the content that you're watching, if you enjoy, what I'm teaching, if you're getting value out of this and you're like, Wesley, this is cool. How can I work with you? How can I get a chance to actually work with you in the coaches and actually do some hands-on activities and doing government contracting? Well, guess what? Come to Miami. September 2024 will be in Miami, September 11th, September 12th. And if just to just to show you guys some more content. I'm sure I probably shared you guys some more. I don't want to just assume you know who I am. Again, my name is Dr. Wes Fisher. I have a YouTube channel here. The one thing I want to tell you guys is very important to me. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go on their playlist, I have 2 playlists in which I interview students that win contracts over and over and over and over again. I actually do this once a month. And I can't even keep up. I even had a student just post the other day, just the other day, I got a post right here. Let me show you my screen. If you guys can see that, it says, "Hey Wes, you were right. We finally have won our first contract. It's only $26,000, but we won and are now in. Thank you." That literally just came the other day. I have tons of posts like that. So we have students that are having a lot of success, and these folks have attended our virtual trainings. They have attended our virtual meetings. So if you want to see their stories, if you want to hear about the $50,000 profit, $100,000 profit, definitely go over to my winner circle on YouTube as well. I just want to show this here because it just kind of shows it off. I got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. If you don't know, again, my students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts, and we only been coaching for like the last 2 years. $60+ million have been awarded to the students that have come through my program, and I can just click this button over and over again. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't even have all the testimonials here. I don't even have them all. I'll probably posted 5%, maybe 10% of all the testimonials we have. So you can go through my Instagram account. You can look through all that as well. If you don't know, I've been featured on a couple of different magazines. I was featured in Business Insider back in May 2024. So if you want to go look it up, just type in Business Insider, type in my name. You can see the article. You can see the deep dive on me. They had to validate everything I'm saying for Business Insider. So go check that out. We've definitely won some contracts and did some big things since this article, but definitely go check that out as well. I've also been featured on Bold Journey magazine. So you can type in Wes Fisher Bold Journey, another magazine that featured me about my coaching as well. Again, my students are winning. Shout out to Miss Chrissy, or we call her Coach Chrissy now, because if you guys don't know, what I've done is, on some programs, they hire coaches and they get people to do coaching and they do sales training. They hire outside sales coaches and they do this training and they hire. All right, what's up, y'all? We're going to end the ad early because we're going to end here soon. We're not going to. Oh, my computer is about to die. My computer is at 14%. I don't have it plugged in. That's okay. We gonna end. I wanted to end early anyway. So my computer's about to die here soon. I got to unplug some stuff and plug some other stuff in. I got too much in this office, y'all. But listen, y'all. I hope you guys have having an amazing day checking out this content. Looks like we got about a little over 2 hours. Man, that's the longest live I've ever done. So we didn't quite make it at 3. We didn't make it at 3 hours. Some of you guys are probably wondering, Wesley, are you going to do this again? I think I will. I think this is really fun. Did you guys learn something? Was this helpful? Was this whole day of content helpful? Just going, and there's so many other videos we haven't get a chance to dive into. There's more stuff I want to react to. So we're gonna have to do this again. But while I'm live, I'm gonna say this again. I know we had one, but I'm gonna do it again. For the next person who buys their ticket at wesleyfisher.com, again, the website is wesleyfisher.com. For the next person that buys their ticket, we'll get you started to I'll get you on the call. I don't do any of that. Not this one. This one here. So we're limited to 50 spots. We just opened up the seats. We had an tech issue earlier, but now everything should be good to go. So if you click the link, wesleyfisher.com, to buy your ticket, as of right now, again, don't get mad at me if you saw this video and it's not the price that it says there, because the way the tickets work, the prices are going to go up. The price is going to go up. But for right now, it's $497. It's 2-day event. It's in Miami. We're going to be at the AC Hotel in Brickell. Really nice area in Miami. Really cool vibes. Just come on out. Come learn government contracting. All you got to do is bring your laptop, bring a pen and paper, bring your phone, and let's get some work done. Let's actually start doing government contracting. Okay. Okay, let me remove that. Okay. She said that's the Apple. I just ain't got my computer plugged in. That's all it is. It's all good. My computer is like, man, we running into the max right now. Okay, I'll do real quick. I'll do a quick 5 minutes. Any last minute Q&A questions? Again, the website's right here, wesleyfisher.com, September 11th, September 12th, Miami. Any last minute questions? People saying that was very informative. Okay, good. And then we'll do this again. I don't know when. Definitely not this weekend. I'm definitely gonna rest and chill this weekend. So maybe sometime next week. We'll see. But that was great information. All right, cool. I'm glad you guys got so much good information out of this live. Let's see here. Any last questions? I'm looking at TikTok here. Any questions on TikTok? Any chances you will ever be in Atlanta again? Yeah. I'll give you, it's gonna be next year, but I'll give you a heads up. This is our first time doing a large scale event. The next one next year, I ain't gonna tell you when, because I don't know when, but the next one we do next year, it will be in one or two places. It'll either be in Atlanta or it'll be in Houston. And you'll know why later. But either way, next year's event will be in either Atlanta or Houston. Is your current 30-day challenge the pay for the year? Is your last 30-day challenge the pay for the year? Jaywick, I don't understand your question. Reword that question for me. Just started following you. Do you prefer to work with those who have established businesses already? Yes, I do. For sure. But understand, you don't have to have your business. You just want to be a middleman. I'm not saying that you have a landscaping company and you got to be in landscaping for me to work with you. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you have an LLC, you have an EIN number. It's structured to be a middleman. If you don't know how to do that, we can help you out with that. Oh, okay. That's what I thought too, Carl. Thank you for that. He said, it's the 30-day challenge that we're currently in the 30-day challenge. It's the 30-day challenge that we're doing right now, the last one for the year. It may be. I know we're definitely doing a live event in September. The holidays, y'all, October, November, December. I don't know if we're going to do another 30-day for the rest of the year. It's up in the air right now if we're going to do one. So it may be. This is amazing. All right, cool. All right, y'all. I'm glad you guys got it. We at 2 hours and 12 minutes. We didn't make it in 3 hours, but next time we gonna make it in 3 hours. I got another meeting here. I got to start here in about 30 minutes. I want to get a little break, some food in me before we get there. So I will see you guys next time. If you're not subscribed to my channel, obviously hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. TikTok, we're trying to get 100,000 followers. If you're not following, hit the follow button. Facebook, same thing. Instagram, same thing. On After I was awarded a contract, my sub bailed out on after I awarded a contract. That's going to happen. That's why you have contingency plans or move on to the next opportunity. There's 50,000 more. Don't worry about it. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.